What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Emphasis on Sports. As usual, I'm your host, Damon Anthony. We're going to kick it. We're going to talk about sports. We're going to do our thing, right? Now, if you're new, like, subscribe. All people listening on streaming platforms, we're available on Apple, on Spotify, on Amazon, on iHeart. Look for Emphasis on Sports. You won't be disappointed, all right? So for anybody that's new, I'm just going to let you know now, I don't care about what happens outside the lines when it comes to people's personal lives. I'm here for the sports. I'm here for the competition. That's what we're talking about. You know what I mean? Couple things going on in the sports world. That college football playoff picture is looking real murky week to week. Some of these games are getting bigger and bigger, and we're starting to hear those arguments about that 13th team being left out, the 13th, 14th. It's because, hey, we should be there. We should have more teams in the SEC. We should have more teams from this. Earn your spot. Earn your spot. One thing I'll say about this year in college football, anybody can get it. That's what I'm looking at, whether it's your SEC, Big 10, Big 12. You can get it any week. There are no landmark, absolute great teams. So this playoff should be really cool. Really want to see how that's going to look out. In the NBA, we have the in-game cup, in-game tournament, however you want to look at it. That's rolling. I'm seeing some good action here and there, some really good games, a couple blowouts as it goes. But the NBA season is in swing, is rolling well. There's some really good stuff out there to watch, really great players, some questionable stuff from the league. I saw Trae Young got penalized like $100,000 for missing one of the playing games for the birth of his child. Now, if you're okay to miss a game for the birth of your child in March, you should be able to miss it now. Some things are bigger than the sport. Come on, NBA, do better. All right, let's look at the NFL. So it's been a second since we talked. Been a lot of stuff just going on in life, but let's give a quick recap on Week 12. Week 12 started last Thursday night with the Cleveland Browns knocking off the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now this one, I kind of knew this was going to happen. Not because Cleveland's a good team, because they're terrible, but because Pittsburgh have been riding a little bit of a wave, been riding high, been feeling real good about themselves. And usually when that happens, they go down to a bump. Any team goes down to a bump. That's what I saw. That's what happened. Pittsburgh is still going to be up there in the AFC. In my estimation, they're currently the third best team in the AFC. I'm going to say both the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs, they're better than them, but Pittsburgh's looking all right. That we know what that defense can do. That offense is looking better week to week to week to week, on which that's going to be huge come the playoffs. As long as they can keep their health, they may have a deep playoff run. Moving on to Sunday, Minnesota knocks off Chicago 30-27 in overtime. Another one of them games, man, where Chicago just can't find a way to win. They found a way to come back and get in the game, push it to overtime, but couldn't capitalize off of anybody's mistakes. Couldn't just get it done. I mean, Chicago, this is a see you next year team, definitely playing well at times, but Minnesota continues to be one of those teams that they're clawing, they're scratching, they're trying to win these games and knock people off. They peaked a little early for my taste. I don't know how far they're going to go with this, but solid win for Minnesota. Then we had the Detroit Lions knock off the Indianapolis Colts 24-6. Now, look, I've said before and I'll say again, in my opinion, from what my eyes see, the Detroit Lions are the best team in the National Football League, and they continue to do that. That backfield, Jamar Gibbs, Dave Montgomery, they call themselves Sonic and Knuckles. Really cool nicknames. I wonder who's Tails. Who's Tails there? But hell of a team. They continue to impress week to week to week. Indianapolis, to me, they're one of those teams. They're ready for next year. And I think we all know it, that they're ready for next year. No hate on them or anything like that. They just ran into a buzzsaw. Then we had our nobody cares game of the week. The New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins. Miami won this game 34-15, which they should have. But a couple things that I am seeing with the Patriots, Drake May is playing a good brand of football. He, I think, is really firmed up himself as the quarterback of the future, and that's a good draft pick. I hope that continues to go. Now on the Miami side, that offense has just continued to look so much better. Now that Tua's back, they're balling out there. Do I think they're going to make the playoffs? No. But do I think they're going to make some noise down the stretch and maybe break some hearts? Absolutely. Truly believe that. All right. Then we had Tampa Bay Bucks knocking off the New York Giants 30-7. This one you also saw coming. Daniel Jones gets cut for whatever reason. You pay the man, you cut the man. Good for him. Tampa, they came out, did what they're supposed to do against an inferior team. It was good to see Mike Evans back. This may be the first year that he doesn't hit that 1,000-yard mark. We know he had the injury. I would like for him to hit that. Just me as a sports guy, but Tampa's rolling along. They're going to be another team. I don't know if they make the playoffs, but you're not going to want to play them those last 3-4 games of the season. All right. We only had a really unexpected finish to the Dallas Cowboy Washington Commander game. That one, Dallas won 34-26. I thought Washington was going to come out and play a much better game than they did. Dallas stepped up to the task, and they got the job done. I mean, at the end of the game, hell of a play to Terry McLaurin going and scoring that touchdown. Then Washington just can't hit the extra point to tie it up. Then you got to kick the onside. Dallas grabbed it, ran it in for a touchdown. So the game was still winning. The game was still winnable for Washington. They just couldn't get it done. Just couldn't. Then we had the Kansas City Chiefs knock off the Carolina Panthers 30-27. This was also one of those games where, like how a lot of Kansas City games have been this year, they know how to win. If you leave too much time on the clock and you give the ball back to Patty Mahomes, you're going to lose. That's just what that is. Kansas City does not look like an impressive team this year, but they remind me of the year that the Patriots won their third championship with Brady. They didn't look impressive, but they looked like a team that knew how to win. And that is crucial going into the playoffs. Then we had Tennessee Titans knock off the Houston Texans 32-27. Definitely did not see this one coming. I thought Houston was going to win this one easily. They, stayed in the game, but Tennessee, they got to win sometimes, right? I don't have a lot of good notes on Tennessee because I don't think that they're a really good team. I think maybe next year they could get better, but right now, mid. Houston, we're seeing a little regression in the second year, but I also think they're going to win their division with no problem. And they're going to be tough because they have the players, and if people can get back healthy, that one's going to be a tough one for whoever plays them in the playoffs. Then we have the Denver Broncos knock off the Las Vegas Raiders 29-19. This one, the thing that I like about this game and that I'm actually digging about the Broncos, Bo Nix, he may be a little older, but I think he was the absolute right pick for the Denver Broncos. The team is looking great. The defense has been looking actually kind of phenomenal, but Bo Nix, he's looking like a future guy. Like this could be a guy that's going to take us to the next level. I could totally see that with Bo Nix. Great for the Broncos, great for the city of Denver. Those are real sports fans over there. But Denver's going to continue to go. Now look, another 4 o'clock game, toughie. My guys, the Green Bay Packers knock off the San Francisco 49ers 38-10. Now, anybody that remembers, I predicted Green Bay to win. Not like this, though. Green Bay came out and they just looked like the strong, most dominant team in the league. They fucking rolled. Meanwhile, San Francisco needs help. We could talk about the injuries all we want, but on the coaching side, it's how you're using your players. We continue to see, I know this week, because we were down so much, there wasn't a lot of CMC carries, but let's get some distribution on the ball. Let's share that thing. I love seeing Kittle continue to get touchdowns, But there's a lot of players on that team. We need to see that action. Absolutely. I don't care that there's a backup. Green Bay, chugging along. I mean, the only thing that hurts for them is they're sitting behind Detroit. So there's really nothing for them to do other than beat Detroit when they can play them and then just beat the team in front of you. But yeah, Green Bay knocked off San Francisco by a big number. All right, then we had the Seattle Seahawks knock off the Arizona Cardinals 16-6. This one, to me, was a very boring game. Definitely check that out. A real boring game. Seattle is a team that they can beat you or they can get beat by 50. Who knows? Seattle's all right. Arizona, I think, is the best team in the NFC West right now. So this was a real tough loss to take. Anyone that's paying attention knows the NFC West is really wide open right now. Really wide open. And, you know, anything can happen there, but I think the Cardinals are the best team. Let's see how the future moves with them. Then the Sunday night game, Philadelphia Eagles knock off the Los Angeles Rams 37-20. Now, this one was all about one Saquon Barkley. 2 big long touchdowns. Continue to make the Giants look stupid for letting him lead. And also continues to make Philly get better and better and better every week. Philly is going to be a pain in the ass. They're going to be a headache for everybody in the league, for everybody in the NFC. If there's a team that I say Detroit needs to watch out for, it's them. They're going to be tough. They're going to be a real tough out. Philly's pretty good, y'all. So then the Monday night matchup, the horrible Baltimore beats the Chargers 30-23. This was a game that was kind of wide open either way. The Chargers have been playing actually a better brand of football than I thought they were. Meanwhile, Baltimore had to come in, had to do what they had to do to win this game, and they did. Baltimore's a good team. Baltimore's a really good team. I just believe that they're only the 4th best team in the AFC. Can they do better? Absolutely. Let's see them do better. All right. So now we're going to move into this week. We're going to move into week 13. Let's go. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We know that this is Thanksgiving. Happy Turkey Day for those of y'all that do not celebrate Thanksgiving. I've always loved it because this is a day that's full of nothing but sports. That's my thing. Give me football from noon to 11 and I am in, Jack. But let's talk. All right, first game of the day. This game's currently playing. Chicago Bears at the Detroit Lions. Now, walking into this one, I felt like the Lions would win this, no problem. Leave the Lions 9.5. Give me Detroit all day. They're the best team in the NFL. Definitely better than Chicago. Playing at home, playing on Turkey Day. Detroit usually loses this game. I know they want to change that. Give me Detroit. Second game on Thanksgiving. Got New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. Dog game. An absolute dog game. Listen, I'm just going to say, for the week, this is the nobody cares game of the week. Week. New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. Current line is Dallas minus 3.5. Give me Dallas. Not because they're a better team. I'm picking them because they're a home team. And now New York is about to start its 3rd quarterback in 3 weeks. Give me the Cowboys. Will also be the game that I take a great nap in because no one cares about this. I definitely don't. Last game of the day on Thanksgiving is going to be the Miami Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers. Current line is Green Bay minus 3.5. Because they're in Green Bay, give me Green Bay. If they were in Miami, give me Miami. But it's in Green Bay. It's going to be cold. The Miami teams have always played a little tougher when it's cold. Give me Green Bay. Tomorrow, we're going to have our Black Friday matchup. Las Vegas Raiders versus Kansas City Chiefs. Current line, Kansas City minus 13. Give me the Raiders to cover that. I know the Raiders are going to come in juiced up, jacked up. Aiden O'Connell is starting again after Gardner Minshew got hurt. He plays very well from time to time with the Raiders. Meanwhile, Kansas City, they're not, to me, the dominant team that they have been. They're just the team that knows how to win. If you leave them any room to win, they're going to beat you. That's what I see out of Kansas City. I think Kansas City wins this game. I just don't think they cover the 13. Let's move on to Sunday. Sunday slate. First game up, we got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Atlanta Falcons. Current line is the Chargers -1. Give me the Falcons. Falcons are at home. They're coming off a bye. I understand the Chargers are coming off a loss, but the Falcons need to get back on track. They look really good in their division, but anything can change. Tampa's reloading. They're getting back. They're getting guys healthy. Atlanta needs to win games and move forward. They have to. I'm going to take Atlanta here to win this one straight up. Next game up is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals. Current line on this one is Cincy -3. I get it there in Cincy. Cincy has lost a lot of one-score games. They somehow stay in these games the whole game and then lose. Give me Pittsburgh. Give me Pittsburgh to win this game straight up. Pittsburgh is coming off a loss to the Browns. They need to get better and really solidify their division lead. I like Pittsburgh this year. They've been looking better week after week after week. Russ, he's doing all right. Is he cooking? No. But is he doing all right? Yeah. Give me Pittsburgh. Next game up, we got the Arizona Cardinals at the Minnesota Vikings. Current line is Minnesota by -3.5. Give me the Cardinals. No disrespect to Minnesota. I think they could win this game. I just don't think they cover. Arizona's coming off a bad loss to the Seattle Seahawks. I think they need to regroup. I think they know they need to regroup. Give me Zona. Then we're going to have the nobody cares game of the week, Junior. Indianapolis Colts at the New England Patriots. Current line is Colts -2.5. Now this one, 15 years ago, this is the game of the week. Colts, Patriots. Give me Manning. Give me Brady. Now, not so much. Give me Richardson. Give me May. This game is probably going to suck to watch. But Indiana -2.5, I don't like it. They're at New England. Outdoors. It's going to be cold. Give me the Patriots. Next game up, Seattle Seahawks at the New York Jets. Current line, Seattle -2. Give me Seattle. The Jets are an absolute dumpster fire. They're a dumpster on fire, rolling down the street on its own, just continues to roll and just burn. There's nothing in it. It's just burning. The Jets, atrocious this year. Really had high hopes for them. There's nothing good I could say about them. Meanwhile, the Seattle Seahawks, they're coming off a big win against the Arizona Cardinals. The NFC West right now is still kind of wide open. I mean, as bad as the 49ers have been playing, they still have a chance. Seattle's going to win this game. I think they're going to win it handily. So give me Seattle. And we're going to have the Tennessee Titans at the Washington Commanders. Current line is Washington -5.5. Give me Washington. Washington had a devastating loss last week. I think they're going to rebound and play a really good, really sound brand of football. Meanwhile, Tennessee, they're a very mid-level team. They're a team that Washington should be. But also, I want to say, I've been seeing some reports that that Commanders game might be gone, and we might revert back to the old one. I won't say what the old one is until I know that it's okay to say. But for this one, Tennessee, Washington -5.5. Give me the Commanders. Give me the Commies. All right. And we're going to have the Houston Texans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. One of those battles in the AFC South. Maybe we see Trevor Lawrence. Maybe we don't. Current line on this one is Houston -4. Give me Houston. Jacksonville is sad. They're one of the worst teams in the league. I don't think that they're run right from top to bottom. They're just really not a good team. Houston, they're just trying. Right now, it's a battle for seeding. Give me Houston. Then we're going to have the LA Rams at the New Orleans Saints. This was almost a nobody cares game. Rams currently favored by 2.5. Give me the Rams. The Saints, they look solid. They've been up and down recently. But I believe that the Rams are the better team, better scoring offense. I think the Rams are just going to beat the hell out of them. That's what I believe. That was going to be at least a 10-point game. Then we're going to have an NFC South matchup. Tampa Bay Bucks at the Carolina Panthers. Line on this one is Tampa minus 5.5. Give me Tampa. I know Carolina had a real good showing last week against Kansas City, had a chance maybe to win that game. I think after that, they're kind of done. I think Tampa's going to walk in here. Mike Evans is back. Mike Evans might get close to 200 yards. They're going to try and feed him the ball to get close to that record. Give me Tampa here minus that 5.5. Now, big game that I'm looking forward to watching myself. One of those games at 425. I cannot wait. Philadelphia Eagles at the Baltimore Ravens. It's cool because these cities are close to each other. Baltimore, really good. Eagles, really good. Current line on this one is Baltimore minus 3. Give me Baltimore. Baltimore, they did their thing and they beat the Chargers last week. I think that they know that they need to keep pushing and keep winning as much as possible because the Steelers don't look like they're going away. And right now, the Steelers lead that division. So this one is going to be huge. Can Baltimore stop that Philly offense? What's Saquon going to do? Maybe Saquon goes for 270. Who knows? Give me Baltimore. Sunday night game. I was once looking forward to this game. I am not now. San Francisco 49ers at the Buffalo Bills. Current line is Buffalo minus 7. Give me Buffalo. San Francisco, we're ready for next year. Is there a chance that San Francisco gets in the playoffs? Sure. I don't think that helps them. I think that sets their fans up for disappointment because San Francisco is just not good. They're not hitting on any cylinder. Too many injuries. We got guys playing injured. A lot of questionable decisions. Give me Buffalo. Buffalo, to me, they're the best team in the AFC. Goes Buffalo, then Kansas City, Steelers, Ravens. Buffalo's good. They're wagging. They're at home. It might be snowing. Give me Buffalo. Last game of the week, Monday night. Cleveland Browns at the Denver Broncos. Current line here is Denver minus 5.5. Give me Denver. Absolutely give me Denver. I expect maybe 3 picks out of Jameis Winston this week. Denver has a great secondary. I also understand that there's another meaning to this game for the people that live in Northeast Ohio, people who live in Cleveland. Remember, the drive and the fumble, we're talking about in the 80s. Those came against Denver. So there's always been a little bit of a hate against Denver here. I don't see that ending. I see Denver coming out, winning by 17. Denver's going to win this one big. I really, truly believe that. Now, that's it for the week. Let's lock in. Enjoy time with your loved ones, friends, family, countrymen. Whatever you're doing, have a smile on your face. Have a great, great day. Always remember, be good or be good at it. And until next time, I will holler.